Well, thank you for joining me. Today we're going to go through some of the amazing legacy building resources that have now been completed and some that are still in process in legacystories.org Living History Library. These are some amazing resources that are going to help you and your clients and your family and friends to preserve the past, enrich the present, and inspire the future. These are master legacy building resources that's going to help you, your clients, and the community to build their legacy either by doing it themselves, doing it with help, or doing it with others. But I'm going to start off by describing the resources that we have that will help people to do it themselves. Some of this you're familiar with, but you're going to see some amazing enhancements. So let's start off. Now we're going to go right through the website. Here's what you see now at the top of the home page on the public pages. We're going to talk about the three primary do-it-yourself features that we have, and that is to write your story in the Legacy Story blog, preserving your highest priority photos in legacy slideshows, and then your pre-recorded and oral history component. I'm going to start off with the Legacy Story blog, mainly because we have something that I'm going to be announcing here in the next week or two, and you might as well know what's coming your way. So first of all, in your profile, use mine as an example, if you to click on My Portfolio, that's where you see the three components that you get to work with. And we're going to focus right now on the story blog for a second. And all that's there so that you can write your story and be able to create different individual story posts. You can organize them into different albums and all of that. But here is what I want to share with you. Coming sometime in January, we expect before the end of the month, and if not, certainly by early February, you're going to be able to convert your stories into a book. This is going to be fantastic. So you're going to be able to take your different stories and organize chapters. You're going to be able to edit it while you're into the book publishing section of this as well. You're going to be able to use the photos that you've included in your blog post, or you can upload photos from your computer. You'll be able to even use photos that you have in your legacy slideshows. Really spectacular. These are very nice books, and you can make them very wordy if you want. You could be able to do all kinds of really cool things. We've developed a couple of themes to choose from so that you'll be able, so that they kind of are in the story theme, and we'll be adding more in time. For right now, we just want to kind of get this up going. But you're going to really like what you see, and they're going to be affordable. But you can see that these are very affordable, and we'll be able to order them in bulk. Of course, when you have them done, you'll be able to order several of them, and this is going to be great for your clients as well. This is going to give you a place to work with your clients to create their memoir as they go. This is a different way to do it because you can consult with them along the way if you're not actually doing the writing yourself for them. So that's on the story blog, the Legacy Story blog side of our features. Now we'll move on to our slideshow component. Be able to, take photos that really matter and put them into different slideshows, and be able to organize them in that way. So you have a sanctuary, and your clients have a sanctuary to put those and to preserve and share those as well. And then, of course, we have our oral history component, and that's really exciting because now what we're able to do is to organize them into different albums, just like the story blogs, just like the slideshows. And you can create a pictorial memoir, but actually what we're going to be doing over the next couple of months, this is the next priority, you'll be able to stitch them together, each audio together, and create an MP4 video right here on the website. And once you click to render it, it will turn into an MP4. You can download it, and then you can share it yourself. We're going to get out of the DVD business, and there are a number of reasons for it. Unfortunately, if there's a custom reason or custom purpose for it, we'll do it. But this is going to be all do-it-yourself right here. It doesn't go to a third-party producer to render it or anything. It's going to be really fantastic. Then also, when you're really talking about resources on the do-it-yourself side, There's very few places you'll find that offers that kind of variety, different ways that you can craft your life story. But of course, within the profile itself, you are able to connect with different groupings of family and friends, and this is unique. So you can, this allows you to share discriminately with different audiences. Okay. Another thing you can do here in Legacy Stories is create groups. Since we're working more now with estate planners, we are finding that the group function can be used as what they call a virtual family office. And this is going, you're going to see this get enhanced over time too. But for now, you can do it. You'd be able to, within one website, you can create all of your content in the three ways we discussed. But you can also create groups as well. These can be private, public, however you want to do it. So these are the tools of the trade as well. This is again now still for the do-it-yourselfer. We've got our mobile app you're familiar with. You're able to collect, because of our long-time association and the first web application ever to be able to connect our stories directly to the 12 billion ancestor records in the Family Search family tree. This is a huge advantage, being able to do that. And so we're able to connect on the genealogy side as well. That's a fantastic resource here in the Legacy Stories library. And also we have the tool chest. And I'm going to mention a couple of things here. As I've said before, we're going to be building a dozen or so of these kits out. More are in play right now, but what I want to show you is that starting right off, we have an arrangement and a strategic alliance with the Family History Guide, the developers of the Family History Guide. This is the most comprehensive family history resource you will ever find anywhere. So now, when you go in your profile and you click on the Legacy Builder Tool Chest, you'll be taken here. You can click on the Family History Guide Toolkit, and you'll immediately be brought to the Family History Guide. This is just fantastic. You click on any of the things in here, training, projects, get started, and you'll be brought into a resource the likes of which there is nothing in the genealogy side of family history that, there's anything like it. I can't even believe what these people put together, and you have it at your fingertips right here in your Legacy Builder Toolkit. And we'll be doing more with this over time as well. This is the basic program, and everything they do in here, there's an LDS component to it, but there's also the vast majority of it is universal. Fantastic tool. So that is available, and we feel like we really do have, with our connection to Family Search by linking stories, and also with this Family History Guide, we believe that Legacy Stories can now really say that we have got the genealogy side of our platform well covered at this point. If you have somebody or a family member who is into family history, they can find plenty to do here in Legacy Stories. And then, of course, we have our Legacy Stories Reminiscence program, and this is the self-guided program where when people sign up, they receive a weekly email, and it gives them a legacy question each week for 52 weeks. Over the course of a year, they can compile 50 or more fantastic legacy stories that cover the full range of the highlights of one's life. They can answer those questions in story form, either by using the app or logging in and writing it in their Legacy Story blog. And they can compile quite a collection there. And of course, once that's done, they can convert their stories into a book, their blog into a book, or they'll be able to stitch their stories into an oral history. Fantastic. Okay, so that is available now for the do-it-yourselfer. So those are the basic do-it-yourself components of what we have. And you can see it's about as comprehensive as anything that you're going to find on the market. Now let's talk about how people can do it with help, because not everybody has the ability to do these things themselves, and very often they need help. And that's where you come in. And that's why we just launched the Legacy Concierge service. This is very important. And this is where people can go, either our members or it's on the public side too as well, right on the home page, where they can go and find experts of any aspect of their legacy, and I mean any aspect, all the aspects of their media, their memoir, their family history, anything to do with preservation and archiving, even in their life planning, because that has a lot to do with their legacy as well. Will and estate plan and legacy planning, succession, wealth managers, and of course we're working with these people now. Even in the funeral, all of that has everything to do with tributes and all of that sort of thing. All of that has to do with a person's being remembered and how they're being remembered properly. And also, and a lot of this happens in the world of elder care as well. We're very well entrenched in there. So the concierge service is really, we believe, going to be one of the most powerful resources that you can find. So all of that is in the Legacy Stories library now. And then we have our Legacy Shop. This is our Amazon store. Now people can go to Amazon and go search for any of this and buy, anything on Amazon, really anything, and they can find it at a great price. What we've done is we've gone to the store ourselves and hunted for things that we believe people can use, so that it gives them a resource without them having to hunt. Because sometimes you can buy anything in a store, but if you don't even know it exists, you wouldn't even think that that would have been possible. So we've assembled what we believe are things that could be very beneficial to people and put them in our shop, and that's what this is for. And I'm saying, if you know of some product or a product that we don't know about over here that you've used that you just think is cool and that people ought to have it, please let us know. We tell you right over here at the bottom, you can see send the product recommendation. You just send the Amazon URL to support at Legacy Stories. Then we'll take a look at it. We'll make our own assessment of it, and if we approve it, we'll get it up within 10 business days. And if you have a product, you have a book, or you have a how-to or anything that's on Amazon, let us know. We'll feature it in the shop. So that's how users can do it with help, and you'll be playing a big role in that. And then we are able to help people to build legacies for others, and that's very important. And that is where we develop the Living Legacy Project. Now the project basically is to save the living history of the 20th century while we can, and we do this by taking our reminiscence program and putting it on putting it on the websites of nonprofit organizations, so that and we do that at no cost, and they use it for fundraisers. They can coalesce their supporters and families into the reminiscence program, and we're able to do this at no cost, because businesses pay for the privilege of having the reminiscence program hosted on their site, and they have a lot more that goes with that as well. So by them paying for it, it allows us to be able to afford to give it to nonprofits to do the same. Now, with regards to the businesses paying for the program, they become partners with the Living Legacy Project. As early adopter consultants, you're grandfathered in. You can have the reminiscence program placed on your website as well at no cost. Now, other business to become a partner is going to cost them $975 a year to have that. There's lots of benefits that go with that. And here are some of the consultants that have done that. And these you'll find in our featured partners and clients sections of the website. And when you click on any of these, it will take you to the page where the program exists on your particular website. So you can see here's one for Linda Shea. Linda's building out our Veterans Toolkit right now. So we're really glad to see that some of our consultants are taking advantage of this and seizing upon the opportunity that we're offering you to be able to be partners with the Living Legacy Project, all right, and then being able to promote this. We've established relationships with some of the largest financial services organizations in the country, in fact in the world. Raymond James is number 2. They're bigger than TD Ameritrade, Schwab, all of them. This is huge. And our reminiscence program has been approved by Raymond James so that all of their advisors are now compliant and can purchase this program and offer it to their clients. This is a huge thing, big break that just happened to us, which is why we will now be promoting in a big way. We'll be recruiting and taking in a lot of Raymond James advisors and estate planners. This is also going to happen now. We'll be able to go on to New York Life and Schwab and TD Ameritrade and all of the others that are out there, bringing them in. We're going to expand and bring a lot of these people on board. And they're also now promoting the Reminiscence Program and the Legacy Stories Library to their clients. These are high quality clients. So they're looking for the value side of estate planning and financial planning. And this is sorely needed in this industry, and we are the ones that are leading the way, and we have the relationships at the highest possible level. So as they now are creating their own profiles and bringing them in, then they will as well begin looking for providers in the concierge service. That's part of what we do. And by the way, the concierge service is promoted with each weekly legacy question that goes out in the reminiscence program, because as we build that out, they're not just going to receive a question, a legacy question. They're also going to receive tips and ideas of how to organize their content, how to navigate and build their legacy portfolio in the Legacy Stories Library. They're going to be encouraged to do things at different stages and recommended. If you can't do it, get in touch with the Legacy Concierge Service. So right now we're in the process of recruiting all kinds of providers in all of the different niches, including estate planners, plan giving designers, financial planners, all of these kinds of experts in senior care, personal history, everywhere, genealogists. They're all being recruited to come in to be a provider so that it becomes the most comprehensive resource for all things legacy. So you definitely want to be in this directory and get yourself going, okay? You know, we've had a lot of relationships. This is one of the largest home care providers in the country. We have several of these out on their websites right now, and many others. We just had a conference call this last week with another major home care provider, Homewell, who is going to be promoting this to their entire network on the 16th of February. We'll be doing a 1-hour webinar to all their franchise owners. So we're on an aggressive path to bring these people in, because don't forget, as these people come into the fold, they get their families involved in the reminiscence program on their websites, all kinds of benefits for that. And at the same time, they use it for marketing into the community. That brings a lot of people into the reminiscence program, which the first action is to register into the Legacy Stories Library. That's that many more people who are going to start to get engaged in their family and personal history, and for the family history of their loved one. So now that you can see that we have built what I consider the master of all legacy building resources that can preserve the past, enrich the present, and inspire the future. And really, we have really been busy at this, and there's more to come. So now I want to talk briefly about how to use these resources to complement your business. Let's start with your profile. The first thing you want to do is to get active with your own personal history. The more you can get active with preserving your own personal history, creating your own stories, using the different components, getting used to it, really familiar. You have to be a product of your own product, but it's hard to demonstrate to anyone what it is that you're doing for yourself. This is a great way for you to do it. And it's also a great way to invite the family and friends into it. So that's, first of all, it's just choosing one, two, or all of the different components in the portfolio and just get active building your portfolio. Okay? The next thing is to invite and share with family and friends. And that's easy. By the way, we make that easier for you because you are already an affiliate. All you have to do is, if you go underneath the family section and click the invite non-members to family. And if you click that, you'll be able to just put in the emails of your family and friends, write a message. And if you do that, when they click and come to Legacy Stories, they're going to go to the main homepage. They're going to see all of what you are seeing. When they join, they will automatically be connected to your family in your family network. And you're going to be the first one to greet them. And the same links are at the bottom of friends. So if you just want to invite friends, just send it from send invite non-members to friends. And when they join, they'll be placed in your friends section. And oh, by the way, they're automatically connected to your affiliate tree. So if they decide to get involved with other Legacy Stories programs or products, then they're commissionable to you. So it starts with you becoming a product of the product, and then sharing with your family and sharing with your friends and getting them involved. Okay? So if you haven't already, you can see why you need to be listed in the Concierge directory. So in your profile, click the Legacy Concierge listing drop down menu, that sub menu. It'll take you to the Concierge service where you add or update your directory information. Just put everything in there. We have a section down there for credentials. That's, whether you're a CLA or a CLP or any other credential you have. And you have up to 100 characters where if you want, you can say something else about your education or something that gives you credibility. That's where you want to put that information. Okay, make sure you put your website in there and things like that. This all looks good when people do search results. And then you scroll down to the bottom of that page and you can select up to 9 services that you provide. So just look around and see which ones that you want to. But if we have not included them here, you can go down the bottom and you have 150 characters to describe any additional services or special notes, something that you want to say personally to someone who might be searching and find your particular listing in there. Add that. You can update this at any time. Just come back, change to check something else, uncheck it, put more information in there and keep it fresh. Just click the add button and it will update. Okay, so make sure that you do that. It's important if you haven't already. Now, don't expect that all of a sudden you're just going to get pummeled with referrals. We are simultaneously attracting the entire financial services community into our fold, and then we're empowering and showing them how to invite their clients. So you've got thousands of different providers, financial services and senior care, where they have access to tens of thousands of families that they work with. And when they give the recommendation to their families that they should start in their legacy building process, that pulls more weight than if we were just out there putting an advertisement in. And those people who are really serious because they take that advice, those people are going to then be more prone and more likely to respond to some of the recommendations we make to them in the reminiscence program and the weekly emails, and also as they discover things while they're here on the site. And then once you're kind of set up and you're in the directory, start using your affiliate link. You know that all you have to do is click the affiliates tab. You then go to this back page. Your affiliate link is right there on top. That will take anytime you send anyone that link, it's going to bring them to the home page. If you look at the home page right now and what it offers, there is something for everyone. And if something resonates with them and they join, they're immediately connected to you in your friends section, and they will also be in your affiliate tree so that any buying activity is tracked to you. Okay, so use that. And what you can do is you can see at the end, and I've gone through this before, you can click this video tutorial button and it'll give you a little 2-minute video of how to use your what we call your ID tag, and that's from the question mark over to the end. You can add that to any of the, what happens if you get down to the footer, these are all of our public pages. So if you know somebody, any business who wants to be a partner of the Living Legacy Project, all you have to do is click on the Become a Partner link down the bottom, and it will take them to the Become a Partner page. Let us do the selling for you. And up top in the URL, just add your WizID tag right at the top, your affiliate tag, to the end of the URL. Copy that whole thing and send it to them. When they click, it doesn't matter where they go on the site, they will look at the video. If they decide that they want to purchase a partnership for $9.75, you're going to pick up the 30% on it. But don't forget, you're also going to get an override when they begin as a partner to invite all of their clients and customers to also get into the program. So this is how you can build your business. This is a very simple tool for you. So you can introduce becoming a partner of the Living Legacy Project to virtually any of the niches that you see in the concierge service. And I recommend that you do that, because by getting them involved, you not only establish your own network of providers, but they're all connected to you in your profile, and they're all in your affiliate tree. And so you can do the same thing if you just want them, rather than become a partner, maybe just encourage them to become a provider. And when they become a provider, for $35 a year, they're in the network, and you have all those benefits. It's a lower threshold for them to become involved. So take advantage of that as well. And then, of course, if you know financial services people, estate planners, or any of them, that is the most fertile ground of all, because you're not just getting them connected and then benefiting from them sharing it with their clients, but you establish a relationship with them. And I guess it's the same thing in some of the partner relationships, but you establish a relationship with estate planners and start to let them know the kinds of things that you personally do. They will be it's a great opportunity to do some partnering with them and all kinds of other things. So, one of the best way to do that is to introduce them to the Legacy Values Plan. And so click on that. It'll take you to that page. If you want to learn about it, watch the video there. Look at all that's included in that. Just get familiar with it. Add your WizID tag to the end of that page. Send them there. And if any of people have any questions that you can't answer, or they're just not sure, just have them contact us. We will do the sale for you. And just get them into the fold and get them started. It's very, very exciting. If the nation's largest, most sophisticated financial services companies and some of the biggest home care providing companies feel that legacystories.org is the place for their clients, these high-level clients, certainly you can feel the same confidence in that as well. Now, we also have created, this is in low resolution, a new brochure for you that discusses all of the things that I just told you about. This would be the outside, so you've got your front panel on the right side, and fold it 3 ways, and it'll talk about it here. It'll also, when you go inside, it talks about our features, our resources and programs, all the same things that you'll see on the homepage of the website and the things that I've just described to you. We're just saying go to legacystories.org. This is a generic brochure, but you could take the bottom section, say the back panel, and put a shipping label over that. I recommend that you explain to them that nobody's going to type in your WizID at the end of a URL. They're just going to go to Legacy Stories. But if you say something to the effect of, connect with me, join legacystories.org by using my unique link, and we'll be automatically connected so I can mentor and share with you. Something to that effect. Put something that has to do with how you're going to mentor them, or what you'll be able to do, even if it's just your family, whatever you want, and then ask them to type that particular information in, and they're more likely to do it. So you could probably put it there, and then if you look at the panel with the 2 pictures on it, you could put it here if you didn't want to put it on the back, and there's plenty of room either way, just so that it's, you're not cutting off a paragraph in the middle of something. Okay? So now, there you go. You have seen what we believe is the most comprehensive resource library for all things legacy building, all things legacy. We can help people do it themselves. We can help people do it with help. And we have programs for people to do it for others. And you, as consultants and affiliates, should be bringing everybody you know every business that you know. And if it's something that they just don't want to do, you should say, well, at least become a provider. Tell them to become a provider. Make sure you use your link. Once they're in the system, they have a relationship, and that relationship allows us, they're much more likely to upgrade to something later. So however you want to go about it, it's all here. There's not a lot of money on a $35 sale, but in a deferred way, it can happen later. But there is some pretty good money at 30% of $1,000 sales, and in the case of the Legacy Values Plan, almost $1,500. And in the course of doing all of this, what you're doing is, even if you're introducing your clients, your client prospects, anybody to Legacy Stories, you're getting them into legacy mode. That's what you want. Get them into legacy mode. You'll help them, answer their questions, get real familiar with the website. It's another opportunity for you to talk to them about your legacy services or something, some other way you can steer them or get a referral or talk to them and communicate. So I encourage you to start doing this today. And I thank you very much for your time in this presentation.